All right, here's another example, number 4. On number 4, I notice that there's a negative on the outside of the parenthesis this time. So when I distribute, got to make sure I keep the negative. All right, so let's go ahead and distribute the negative there. So negative 4 times 8 is negative 32. Then we do negative 4 times positive 5, and that is negative 20. And of course, n is still attached, so I write negative 20n. Then of course I copy the rest, and that equals 8. Now, so I kind of went through that kind of quickly. So negative times a positive. I know you guys always forget, so let's go ahead. I'm going to draw a little symbol here on the right side of the page, and it's a triangle, okay? So essentially what this triangle is going to help you do, whenever you have two, you're going to have two things you're multiplying together, a positive and a positive, which is obviously positive, but whenever you have negatives involved, here's how you do it. So let's say, for example, I did negative 4 times positive 8. So negative 4 times positive 8 will give me a negative answer. Do you see what I did there? So you circle the two symbols you have, and then you go to the third point of the triangle, and it tells you what kind of sign you'll have. So if I were to do negative 4 times positive 5 like we did here, so negative 4, positive 5, again, it points to the third point of the triangle and it makes my answer negative. All right, so another example just that's not on the page. Let's say I add negative 4 times negative 5. Two negatives equal a positive. So you circled the two symbols you have, and this only works for multiplication and division. For addition and subtraction, we have our different rules, of course, so same sign, add and keep, different sign, subtract. But for multiplication and division, we use this little triangle here. All right, so now that we have that on the page, let's get back to the original equation. We have negative 32 minus 20n equals 8. All right, and since I have no more parentheses to worry about, let's go ahead and combine like terms. All right, when I combine like terms, I notice that I have an 8 on the right and a negative 32 on the left. I always like putting my numbers on the right, so that means I need to move negative 32. And yes, I am going to cross the equal sign, so that means I need to do the inverse, or the opposite of negative 32, which is adding 32 to both sides. And so the 32's will cancel, and I'll have negative 20n on the left. 8 plus 32, same sign, add and keep. 32 plus 8 is 40. To get n by itself, we divide by negative 20 on both sides. The 20s cancel out. And again, here's another good example. So I have 40 divided by negative 20. So I have a positive number being divided by a negative number. And again, it points to the third corner of a triangle. So positive divided by negative is a negative. So that's why my answer is negative 2.